Now, college football game night, preseason special, presented by Quality Fence of Southern Oregon.
Just to get back to football season and give our guys an opportunity to get the helmets back on and let the fur fly was pretty cool.
Football is finally back, and so are we. We hope you're ready for another exciting season of college football game night. Thanks for joining us for our preseason special. I'm Peyton Manning.
And I'm Madison Marie. We've got a jam-packed show for you tonight, from the Southern Oregon Raiders to the Oregon Ducks and the Oregon State Beavers. We'll show you how the season may play out for the three teams. So let's jump right into it and start with our friends over in Ashland, the SOU Raiders.
Big changes for the Raiders this season. The Raiders flipped over a whole new coaching staff, starting the Burke Brown era of SOU. Many new faces, along with many familiar faces, are heading this 2023 team. And the whole focus of the season is rebooting the football program and getting this team back to the national stage.
1, 2, 3. Hey, let's hit him with a 40-yard build. 40-yard build. Yep. Beautiful. Come on the twist. Nice job on the twist. D-line, we're moving. Come on, hard through 40. We're building lines over the 50. Hey. Faster on the heel line. I know, I get it. On and off. Let's keep working now. Let's keep working. Get to your sidelines. Let's get to work. We on 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
Let's get to work. If that doesn't get you hyped,
I don't know what will. Maddie and I say we on 3 all the time.
Well, Peyton, let's dive right into that quarterback room starting off.
Yeah, let's do it. From day one of fall camp, the quarterback position has been locked and loaded. The Raiders have some slingers in the QB room. The main question for Coach Brown and Coach Curry, though, who will be QB1?
Yeah, so I got 6 guys in the room, which is awesome. I have 2 freshmen that are coming in that I'm really excited to work with. We're competing every day, man. We don't have a starter in the room right now, so we're competing and someone's going to win that job.
A week until their season opener against College of Idaho, here is what we know. The Raiders had to turn to junior Blake Ashuto for the past 2 seasons after losing Matt Struck to back-to-back shoulder injuries. But this year, the Raiders have a problem, and it's not a bad problem to have. Not only is Ashuto back, but so is Struck. And he's back with a chip on his shoulder and with something to prove.
But it doesn't just end there. SOU welcomed in transfer Brennan Stoltz and freshman Dashel Smith and McCade Long. The depth is there. It's all about finding the guy who will lead the Raiders to a winning record.
I think really just approaching every day like with the proper mindset, knowing that I have to come out here and operate an entire offense. There's 10 guys that look for me for the answer, and I don't know, that's a position that everybody wants to be in as a quarterback. You want to have that weight on your shoulders, and regardless, when push comes to shove, you're the one with the ball and making the plays.
I really just think it's the mental game right now that a lot of us have to clean up, but I feel like whenever I know what I'm doing, the pass is pretty easy to make. I feel like I've thrown the ball so many times that it's kind of like a little routine now.
Whoever steps into that QB1 role will get the job done, but their job is made a little easier with some great athletes to throw to. The Raiders welcome back a solid group of core receivers, but they also pulled some guys from a few positions, feeding into that competition to get the best 11 on the field.
The Raiders lost 3 talented seniors last year who accounted for many of the receiving yards. But the opportunity for a group of Raiders to fill the holes is there. Juniors Adric Lamar, Raiden Kanashiro, Sawyer Cleveland, and Kinamaya Deadman are just a few receivers who have the talent to lead this group of wideouts to a successful offensive season.
You know, just to have a skilled room like that, it's a tough job, but it's actually a good job. Right, the opportunities that they have now in these scrimmages and getting into the playbook and studying and getting to work with them. So right now it's just a huge competition. There's not really a set depth right now. You know, whoever wants it, wants it.
Just making sure that everyone knows what their job is, and making sure that when it's their turn to go out, that they're able to just go 100% on their route, especially with the receivers.
And another crucial piece to this Raiders offense is the running backs. But one key player in this position, Gunnar Yates, is out with injury. Yates led the Raiders in yards rushing last year, so with his dominant presence missing on the field, the Raiders will need to look to senior champ Robertson.
Robertson had a reliable 2022 season, rushing 40 times for 218 yards. But we may also see some new talent this year with the run game, and with fresh faces comes relearning the basics on completing every play.
focusing on, hey, basics, being good, hey, get the basics down and then we can get to the rest. And so it's always about, hey, ball security, ball security, ball security.
It's about the hard work that we put in there in the off season. You know, by the end of these practices, when it gets hard and rough, we're just going to keep on pushing, keep on finishing our runs, our catches, our run-throughs on the tackles, just finish everything that we do.
And now let's round out this offense with the O-line. This O-line is under the direction of new offensive coordinator Greg Stewart. The group of guys have a very important job to do, and it all comes down to the chemistry and knowing how to move as a unit.
Coach Stewart is working with a strong group of big and athletic linemen. Center Gustavo Mendez is a developed leader who brings it all together, along with one of them being all-conference tackle Hunter Geisler, who continues to progress and operate well on the O-line.
You know, and ultimately what we call ourselves the RKO offense, right? It's the Raider knockout offense. At any time we can strike. And we believe in that, you know, that again, hey, we're going to be brutally efficient in what we do. But I think, again, for the offense, like, hey, we are structuring the offense to the guys that we have, right? So, again, I could be a power team, but you know what? We might not be that. So we want to make sure we can structure to our team strengths and to our player strengths.
And that's a wrap on the Raiders offense, but we still have the other side of the ball to walk through. The fun is just getting started, so don't go anywhere. You're watching College Football Game Night Preseason Special.
College Football Game Night, presented by Quality Fence of Southern Oregon.
Quality Fence is doing it right for you. Just ask your neighbor.
They reflect a style as unique as you are. They make first impressions. They provide space, add lasting beauty, and security. Quality is a reflection of who you are. That's why all your fencing projects begin here.
Quality Fence is doing it right for you.
Nothing brings new life to your home like hardwood flooring. For a limited time, No Frills Flooring has pre-finished hickory hardwood on sale. Durable hand-scraped hickory with a 25-year warranty. Not for $4.99 or $3.99, but an unheard of $2.99 a square foot. Hurry, quantities are limited, so you've got to move fast. Hickory hardwood on sale only at No Frills Flooring. Factory direct savings and warehouse selection for contractors. And you too. Medford and Grants Pass.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Hurry in and save up to $200 on a set of 4 tires, plus get an extra $50 off with financing. Les Schwab Tires.
Ready, set, savings. Make it a summer of savings with Rogue Credit Union. Move $10 or $50 into your high-yield ownership account every month when you sign up for summer savings and set up your payroll direct deposit at Rogue Credit Union. Don't miss this opportunity to grow your savings at one of our highest interest rates. Make the most of summer with Rogue Credit Union's Ready, Set, Savings. Sign up, set up, and save up to $350 into your high-yield ownership account. Save time and sign up online.
Welcome back to College Football Game Night Preseason Special on Newswatch 12, presented by Quality Fence of Southern Oregon.
We're back and it's time to talk some defense. And this year you can't talk about defense without mentioning new defensive coordinator Tyler Stinn, who is in charge of this animalistic defense.
Ever since the start of the season, the D has looked different. Maybe it's Coach Stinn and his new energy, or maybe it's the players who are just hungry to get after it every time they step onto the field. From spring ball, summer, and now into fall camp, we haven't seen the defense lack. Guys are flying around making plays, doing their jobs.
And the focal point of this defense, coaches say, will start on the line. Fifth-year senior Alejandro Sanchez is highlighted as a key competitor who was limited last year due to injury, but he's back and he's ready to go, along with Noah Turnbull. With these guys leading the line, this front will be a force.
Right now, it's we still have a lot of work to do, but from the growth from the spring, summer until now, you can see the guys getting better every single day, and it's starting to click. They're starting to play faster and really understand. And we've had some really quick growth out of even some freshmen right now, so it's been good to see.
I think these guys are excited, kind of seeing it come together a little bit, start to understand, the details within the defense, understanding it's not just black and white. We got to be able to make adjustments and be flexible on certain situations. These guys have done a great job picking it up.
The linebacking corps have a few players to keep an eye out for. Junior Ty Gumblick and newcomer Iona Purcell.
Gumblick recorded 46 tackles in 2022 and has made a smooth transition into Stin's defensive system. The only thing Gumblick is excited for this year, other than winning, is thrashing on his opponents.
Everyone's excited to get the pads on and get them popped. I mean, when you get the pads on, you get to go run downhill and hit someone, so nothing better than that. Our defense, we got this D-block attitude, so we're just there to hit stuff. I mean, like, we're just flying to the ball, 11 hats to the ball every single play, and that's what we really strive with right there.
Get it poppin'. As we move into the secondary, the Raiders are welcoming back seniors Josiah Purchase, Marvin Nimbel, and All-Frontier Conference cornerback Deshaun Craig. Craig recorded 23 tackles with a team high of 6 pass breakups. These 3 will be operating at a high level this season as total ball distributors.
And rounding out the secondary are some seasoned safeties, Spencer Cuffle and Seth Miller, who say their job is basically the quarterback of the defense, making sure everyone is on the same page, doing what they need to be doing, and making sure no one gets behind them.
I'd be a bit biased, but I think we got whoever you put on the field, whether it be me, whether it be a guy on the other side, or any guys behind us. I think that we have a really good position group, and we'll put the ball down. We're ready to play anybody. If we say we're going to be the best defense in the conference, one of the best defenses in the country, we have to be it every day.
TBDs all the time. You hear it. It's high. That's kind of, I mean, that's one of our main things. We have a saying, O-N-E. The E in that is energy. So that's kind of like our building block.
That wraps it up for the SUU Raiders, but we still have 2 more teams to get to. Coming up, we'll give you an inside look at the upcoming season for the Oregon State Beavers. Don't go anywhere. You're watching College Football Game Night Preseason Special.
College Football Game Night, presented by Quality Fence of Southern Oregon.
Quality Fences, doing it right for you. Just ask your neighbor. Is doing it right for you.
Okay, so I'm not sure I could even talk about this, but US Cellular has a new deal where you can get a Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 5 or Z Fold 5 for free.
You're so right. That's a totally awesome deal.
And the Galaxy Z Flip 5 fits right in the smallest of pockets.
My business sense says that's a great deal.
And the Fold 5 has an expansive screen for cinematic viewing.
Excuse me, it's work. Talk to me.
What a boss.
New and current customers can get a Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 5 or Z Fold 5 for free. US Cellular, built for us.
Bring life and relaxation to your backyard with Wishing Well. We have all your pond and garden needs, including custom-drilled rock features, koi, water plants, and pond maintenance products. Come inside to shop for indoor plants, home and garden decor, or even a fun gift for someone special. Family-owned and pet-friendly for 4 generations. Located across from Lithia and Driveway Fields, between Medford and Phoenix. Come visit Wishing Well today.
Welcome back to College Football Game Night Preseason Special on Newswatch 12, presented by Quality Fence of Southern Oregon.
Before the break, we got you completely caught up on everything SOU football, from the coaching staff to how things are looking on both sides of the ball. So let's head up to Corvallis and see how the Beavers are preparing for their season.
18th ranked Oregon State had a record-setting season last year, finishing 10-3. The team is returning the most players since Beavers head coach Jonathan Smith arrived in Corvallis in 2018. Before that, the Beavers went 1-11.
Some dramatic change, to say the least. The Beavers won 7 of their final 8 games last year, including the victory in the state rivalry game against Oregon, along with a 30-3 dub over Florida in the Las Vegas Bowl.
But this season brings a new light to the orange and black. While the culture of the team remains the same, Oregon State is prepared to show the country they're the real deal. And to add to it, they've got a brand new renovated Reser Stadium to play in.
For Oregon State's offense, two big headlines surround the team this preseason. The main one being Clemson transfer DJ Uiagalelei will be taking the snaps as quarterback one, but it doesn't mean that the returner and Las Vegas Bowl MVP Ben Gulbranson, along with freshman Aiden Chiles, won't get a chance too. And the other storyline belongs to second-year running back Damian Martinez.
Martinez was the Pac-12 Offensive Freshman of the Year last season after rushing for 982 yards and 7 touchdowns as a true freshman. While he's likely the leader of the run game this season, he's joined by Deshaun Fenwick, who rushed for 553 yards and 7 touchdowns, creating a deep depth chart when it comes to the run game that Oregon State is known for.
We do want to play a balanced style offensively and with the way, again, going off last year, the ability to run the ball, we want to be able to just, have a few more explosives in this past game, put a point of emphasis through the spring and summer, and it's coming along. And again, if we can attack on both sides of it, that's great. But when you get into these games, if one way's working, we're going to stick with it.
The expectations are high, especially on the defensive line. The D-line was great at putting pressure on the opposing quarterback last season, but not so great at getting them to the ground. Oregon State needs more of a pass rush after only generating 20 sacks last season. The Beavs led the Pac-12 last season against the run, barely allowing 100 rushing yards per game.
The team's returning names like Keaton Oplad and Isaiah Hodgins, along with an active tackler in James Rawls. Plus, with a full offseason of work and several returners back this season, the Beavs feel more confident that they'll be able to win in the trenches.
We just kept working. These guys are diligent in terms of their process of showing up every single day with some sort of intent, working in the weight room, having great summers, taking what they learned from 19 to take it on to 21 and build on those skills. So this is just a result of guys doing the same things over and over, just doing it better each year they've been here.
We were really good at getting pressures last year. I think our goal is just to turn those pressures to sacks. We don't want to be satisfied with the pressures. We want to be able to finish the play and help our team win.
Overall, the Beavers' schedule this season sets them up for a big year. Their non-conference schedule does not feature a Power 5 opponent before they open conference play against Washington State. From there on, they'll welcome 14th-ranked Utah, UCLA, and 10th-ranked Washington to Reser Stadium. Per usual, the Beavers will close out the regular season in Eugene, facing Oregon.
That matchup will be the final time the two meet, both in the same conference. We had the opportunity to catch up with longtime Oregon sports columnist John Canzano and get his thoughts on the upcoming season for Oregon State.
Well, they're going to run the ball. That's what they do. They're not going to change their identity. And I think it's interesting because Jonathan Smith, after his quarterback got to campus last spring, DJ gets to campus and he doesn't make him available for interviews. Doesn't want to make him the face of the franchise. Not because he's not sure he's going to start, but because I just think that's Oregon State. It's a kind of a faceless, it's a we, not me mentality. And that's really what has driven them. They have continuity on their coaching staff. They have all their coaches back. They lost fewer players than any program in the conference in the transfer portal. Got great culture moving forward. The questions don't come in the run game. And I don't even think the questions are really at the quarterback position because I think it sorts itself out. But I think the questions are about leadership.
Coming up, we'll take a look at what's ahead for Dan Lanning and the Ducks. We'll also get you caught up on everything conference realignment. You're watching College Football Game Night Preseason Special.
College Football Game Night, presented by Quality Fence of Southern Oregon.
They're an expression of you. They reflect your sense of beauty and elegance. They're gateways into your world, providing both charm and peace of mind. Let our experts design and create the ornamental iron fence that expresses the personality of your home or business. Visit a Quality Fence showroom today or online at qualityfenceco.com.
Daisy's Hubbard's is more than Medford's building supply superstore. We're also your garden center of choice. Soil from Fox Farm, Black Gold, and more by the bag or the truckload in stock or delivered to your project. Need nutrients, netting, or new power equipment? A huge selection of everything you need to make your garden grow is in stock, along with expert advice from our staff. For your next project, come see us at Daisy's Hubbard's, because how we grow matters.
Hi, Rod here. At Medford Mattress, there's a reason why we've been your locally owned specialty sleep shop for over 30 years. It's always been about helping you rediscover a healthy night's sleep. not the bottom line. Come discover the full line of Serta, from the perfect sleeper, Serta Arctic, to the eye comfort, where cool, comfortable sleep is a priority. Serta. So come on down to Medford Mattress in downtown Medford and find out why we've been in business for over 30 years.
We are your neighborhood grill. So when you think about going out, having a good time, comfortable with family and stuff, we want you to think of Applebee's. I want the customer's experience when they first come into Applebee's to be one that they will never forget, one that's going to stick with them for a lifetime. You should expect the utmost quality and presentation of your food, and also the friendly service that our servers deliver every day. So come on down to Applebee's, where you're going to be eating good in the neighborhood.
The final show. Oregon has one last shot to show who they truly are, and it all comes down to this season.
The Ducks will move to the Big Ten come next season. But for now, Dan Lanning and his squad are only focused on controlling what they can control, and that's finishing what they started last year.
In his first year as head coach, Dan Lanning and Auburn transfer Bo Nix led the Ducks to a 10-3 record. While it was a rocky start to begin with after losing their season opener 49-3 to Georgia, they pulled it together to end with a winning record.
Oregon was 7 points away from playing in the Pac-12 championship for the 4th straight season. But with no college playoff berth, the Ducks found themselves in the Holiday Bowl against North Carolina, which they walked away with a 1-point difference victory.
Good, everybody's excited to be out there, everybody wants to get to work, right? Bad, we got a lot of things that we can work on, right? But I'll say this, I think our guys are hungry to go work on those things. Not a lot of execution errors, we got to get in football shape, right? And the only way you can get in football shape is playing football, right? So we pushed at a high level today, we got to come out and push at a high level again tomorrow. We got to be elite when it comes to our recovery and the things we do away from the field. But overall positive, we're going to keep moving in the right direction.
The Ducks' passing game was nearly unstoppable last season. Running backs like Bucky Irving, Noah Whittington, and Jordan James didn't see much of the spotlight, but still managed to combine for over 2,000 yards and 15 touchdowns while in rotation. This season, Irving is looking to be one of the Ducks' go-to guys.
But it was the one behind center that shined for the Ducks offense. Dual threat quarterback Bo Nix announced he was back for his 5th season. The Heisman candidate conversations returned as well. The starting quarterback completed 72% of his passes last season for a combined 3,593 yards with 29 touchdowns. While on the ground, he rushed for 510 yards with 14 TDs.
Going about practice is much different. I grow from different mistakes. I think just the overall processing a defense is just different. Much familiar with the nuances of playing the position, like movements and cadence.
Just want to see growth each time and guys improving. And our big thing is DBO, don't beat ourselves. And what does that look like? That looks like pre-snap, just getting a line correctly, seeing the formation, false starts, stuff that we can control. We have to.
And Oregon's defense struggled last year, and they're now dealing with the aftermath of losing cornerback Christian Gonzalez to the New England Patriots. But the Ducks did find hope within the transfer portal. Bama transfer Kyrie Jackson, along with Colorado transfer Nico Reed, will fill Gonzalez's role.
Oregon also picked up a safety from Fresno State, Evan Williams, and Tysheem Johnson from Ole Miss. Between the new kids on the block and junior Triquez Bridges, back after making 49 tackles with 3 picks last season, the defense should be able to find their way, but the pass rush needs to be better, and the Ducks need to force 3 and get out.
For us to be a respected and feared defense, we got to get off the field on 3rd down. We got to affect the passer, so that's part of it. So every single day we're challenging the guys that. We're charting our competitions, how many times we won or lost versus the offense in a 3rd down drill or a 2-minute drill, stimulating that competition as much as possible.
Overall, the Ducks will have to overcome distractions this year. Rather than focusing on the future, looking one game at a time will be key for the Ducks. They'll open the season at home against Portland State, then face Texas Tech and Hawaii before opening up conference play against the reborn Colorado team.
But the tough part comes in the middle of the season for Oregon when they hit Washington, Utah, and USC before closing with Oregon State. Here's John's thoughts about the team.
Really what you're looking for early on from Oregon, you're going to see a lot of fun. You're going to see points. You're going to see the ball in the air. Everybody's going to be talking about Bo Nix as a Heisman Trophy candidate. But if you really want Oregon to have a great season, you're going to watch the defense. See if they develop an identity in the early part of the season. What are they doing to opposing teams? Are they just winning games, or are they dominating on the defensive side of the ball? Because you're going to need that defense to be great.
But you can't talk about this college football season without talking about conference realignment.
The world of college football has flipped upside down during offseason, and as of right now, the Pac-12 will be the Pac-4 by the end of the season.
The downfall of the Pac all began once USC and UCLA announced in 2022 that they're headed to the Big Ten come 2024. As shocked as the conference was, other teams claimed to remain committed to the Conference of Champions. A year later, Colorado hired new head coach Deion Sanders, and within months, the Buffaloes announced their move to the Big 12. Cue the domino effect. During the Pac-12 Media Days, Pac-12 Commissioner George Kliavkoff danced around questions of a new media deal for the Pac-12, ultimately ignoring any conversations around that topic.
The conference's current deal ends at the end of this season, and after failed attempts at contracting with ESPN and Apple, universities began jumping ship in hope for better media deals and brighter futures. Oregon and Washington were first. They announced they're leaving for the Big Ten. That same day, Arizona, ASU, and Utah all released statements about joining the Big 12 in 2024 as well. So that leaves Stanford, Cal, Oregon State, and Washington State to fend for themselves. Here's what Dan Lanning and Jonathan Smith said about the chaos.
First off, I think our players are really excited about that. I mean, I think it's an exciting opportunity for us. We talk about what are we looking for at this university and the way that we recruit on a national level, multiple time zones, playing against the best of the best. That's something our guys were really, really excited about. Obviously, it's not really our focus right now. Right? We got an entire season to play. This is about 2023 season. It's what we want to attack, but I think that creates a unique student-athlete experience for our guys moving forward, and it certainly sets us up. Really appreciate Rob, administration, all the people at the top that did a great job looking out for the future of Oregon. I think that really protects us.
What we talked about as a team last night, what we have in front of us is certain, and these guys have built this program and worked so hard to allow this to be a huge distraction. We're not gonna do it. Awesome practice today and practice 2. Guaranteed practice 3 tomorrow. Guaranteed an awesome home schedule. Big time opponents on the road this season, 2023. And so that's where we're locked in on.
Not too sure how to feel about all this, but we're just going to have to focus on this year.
Yep, 1 year at a time. And we do have something else to focus on. We're less than a week away from kickoff for this season's Friday Night Blitz.
And 1 week away from talking all things college football.
Every Friday at 11:15 p.m., we've got you covered on everything high school football from Klamath Falls to the coast to Northern California.
And every Saturday at 8 p.m., we'll be here getting you up to speed on SOU football, Oregon football, and Oregon State football. Thank you for joining us for our kickoff to the 2023 college football season. We hope you'll join us every Saturday right here this fall.
1 week from tonight, we'll be right back here for Newswatch 12's College Football Game Night. Stay connected all football season long by signing up for our weekly sports e-letters at ktrview.com. Have a great night.